Hello. So I just crashed. I think I'm finding out why I'm crashing though. It might be my aircon turning on and off and creating some power problem. But anyway, let us continue. I think I just skipped ahead a bit because I had to go straight through the whole thing again. So I'm gonna just save here, if I can. So in case I do crash again, I won't have to go through the whole thing again. But I may have just skipped a few lines, but it should be okay. Including...
That's the point I'm trying to make.
But basically, little recap. We found out that Monokuma had to use the... that there were 10 people that were supposed to be dead, but only 9 in the morgue.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies in the murder. Explanation for the murder. For more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? Only 9 murders took place. What?
Shoot!
Whoops. What was that then? The mastermind, the same person was killed twice?
I got it!
He was killed twice.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far.
Yeah.
But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and...
What?
Murdered again?
Oh, do you mean Maruko or whatever? Makuro?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Who got murdered twice though?
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course.
Oh, okay. I was on the right track.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
What does that mean?
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
I like the music there. Okay, we're gonna need to get something else, most likely.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Oh, now they're pink.
Junko Enoshima?
Wait, do they only turn
Leon
raw?
Kuwata?
Do they only turn orange when they're leaving
Chihiro
or coming?
Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
Ugh,
Hifumi Yamada?
confusing me.
Celestia Lu, whatever. Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Mokuro died from the wounds she had all over her body. Wasn't there someone else who suffered the same sort of injury?
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
I think,
Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki?
like I don't know how to figure this out without watching the anime,
Hifumi Celestia Lu,
but
whatever.
I think I know
or
it's...
maybe Sakura. No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Oh wait, oh is it always... oh. So it's protected. Always until the end. Oh, okay.
someone else. Was it Junko
Enoshima?
They made it very
Chihiro
hard to get to the pink.
Hifumi
Oh, to the orange.
Celestia Lu.
Or maybe Sakura.
No,
There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Oh no. Oh, so quick. How am I supposed to get that?
Who is this was it Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Oh, what? How am I supposed to get that? Unless that's not what I'm supposed to get.
Who is this someone else? Was it Saya, Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No, there's
No way anyone was murdered twice!
Oh, what? No, that can't be the thing I have to get. Wasn't there someone else who said the same thing?
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was? Was it Sayaka,
I'd have
Junko,
to-
Enoshima, Leon, Kuwata, Chihiro,
Fuji's Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi...
Oh wait, does that?
Celestia,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lu,
Remove those.
whatever. Or maybe...
But it minuses.
No,
second.
there's
Okay.
no way anyone was murdered.
I didn't know I could do that.
Who is this some... Was it Junko?
Enoshima?
Ah, whoops. Yeah, that's not it. You wound me, Makoto. Words can cut as deep as any blade, you know. Alright. Okay, I think I know what I have to do though.
Who is this?
didn't know I could
Was it Saya, Junko,
Leon, Kuwata,
Didn't know I could delete things like that.
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No, there's no...
No way anyone was murdered!
No, that's wrong.
But I don't know how you would figure out that it's Junko from my information
Junko.
just before.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar
Oh, because
to
it's
Mukuro's?
similar to Mukuro's.
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
I'm getting confused. This is where I got confused in the anime as well.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body.
So it was Mukuro Junko, or was Junko Mukuro? Or who's who, and
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
but how...
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
So was Murako, I keep messing up the name, Murko, dressed up as Junko? But why?
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It
Yeah, I'm
means that
confused
there
too,
haven't been
Hero.
10 victims, but 9.
For once I'm on the same side as him, but... Oh, I didn't even know there was a transcript. I should probably have that as well. Have known that as well. Maybe it'll be good tips for It'll be good tips for when I'm playing the second game, if they keep it the same.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Is Makoto being a man yet? Just slowly. This is like the final episode for this part of the game. So, glad you could tune in. This should be the epic finale.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
I think it's the opposite. I know who done it too. I've seen the anime as well. But shush. Have you played the second game though? We can experience that together.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
But like the ending of the anime was confusing for me, so I'm hoping this might I might be able to clear some of my thoughts by revisiting it and figuring things out.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
I like Toko so much. Just the way they express everything. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Sukasaba is still alive. Mikuro Ikusaba's profile,
The
maybe?
body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
But you can choose the him as a thing.
The body we...
It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like so the
Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
That was a very creepy Mukuro. Okay, what do you think? Someone must be contradiction.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Can I select him? Oh, whoops. Too fast. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible?
The body we
Why is it not
found
possible
in the
for-
garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
I'm just gonna use all my lives.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Why do you think it wasn't
Then
Mikuro?
she's still alive? That's right. So the mastermind's true.
What do you say, Monokuma?
The body we...
It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
Dang.
That's right. So the mastermind...
What do you say, Monokuma?
Try the profile on it, wasn't it? That went to the tattoo, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
The body we found in the garden. It
But didn't I do
wasn't Mukuro.
Dang it, I missed!
Then she's still alive?
I'm so bad right now.
That's right. So the mastermind...
What do you say, Monokuma?
I just had a good time playing last time when I did this, and now I'm failing at even the simplest
Body
thing.
we... It...
Wasn't Mukuro.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Thanks, Seppa.
No. The body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds.
How did you
Her
weigh her?
vitals were 31, 21, 32.
How did she weigh the dead person to check Master Detective?
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
We'll see how good you are when we get to the second game, because we both know nothing about it. Or not much about it.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone's made it look like they're dead. They dead. But they're actually still alive. There's only one person to be. Select someone. It can only be Junko. But I don't... So was Mukuro not actually a bad person? Yeah, okay, I got that one. But I thought Mukuro, like, what was Mukuro doing in his dressed up as Junko at the start then? Were they in on it, but then they decided to sacrifice themselves to help Junko keep the game going? Junko and Mukuro were twins. I guess I might find this out if I actually select.
Here's my answer.
They were
Junko
twins,
is
but then
still alive. It's the only possibility.
who's the person in the photo then? Oh, I guess not identical twins? Just twins?
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
But like,
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
if they're not identical sisters, then what is up with that? And then, if they are identical sisters, that doesn't match up with the photos that were in, like, they flash back to photos of the past. Unless Junko actually looks like the Mukuro that we saw in the photos. And the Junko that is here is actually how Mukuro looks. You can make... No, but that's like an extreme transformation.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Yeah, so she sacrificed herself or something. But she doesn't have a tattoo on her, or we never saw the tattoo.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just
I
yet.
kind of want to have like a voice modifier that could modify you to talk like Monokuma, because technically the mastermind is... say the name. Technically the mastermind is using a voice manipulator to change their voice so they aren't like their own voice. So I want to make a thing that'll make anyone turn into Monokuma.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
I'll never give up.
No! Of course not! There's no way I'd give up that easy!
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
No, but we already said that Mukuro and Junko are the same person. At least in death. They use the same body. Come on, people.
I think we
Get
need to
with
look
the
at this
program.
from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
By not being dead? I checked her, she was dead, I'm sure of it. But it's still, if she were somehow alive, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? That's what I was thinking. But someone else entirely. Mukuro. What's this one? Hangman's Gambit. What is the word? Replica or something? Replacement? Replica. I can spell. Ick. Come on, ick. 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 Unless I... Is it E or I? I thought it was I. Is there no I's? I guess it's E. No? Where's the I? Replica? I thought it was I. Or is it not replica? Oh, there it is! Wait. What? Maybe it was replacement.
I refuse to give up yet.
I'm so bad at words. Like it must be replacement. Don't look at me. You can spell. You write books and stuff or chapters, and you do all D&D stuff. You can write. You can make stories. You can make stories. You can write. And you can spell. Replacement. Replace. Replaced. There we go. No one needs to read it. Spelling doesn't matter. I guess you're right.
That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right!
But why would
Before the spears could
Mukuro
kill
do
her,
this?
she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusama.
Mukuro. I keep messing up the name.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
But why would Mukuro just sacrifice herself like that? I don't understand.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
You don't know much, hero.
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
I'm curious about that too.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Must be some way I need to figure out. Switched after death. Switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Why would Mukuro sacrifice himself like this just for this evil game? Unless they're just that twisted.
Yes, from the moment we
But
first
they
met.
would not care that they got killed for all of this.
If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met?
They were in on it. Oh, they got backstabbed. That would make sense. They got backstabbed. That's even worse.
It's actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
Yep.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Do people ever do that in real life? That'd be interesting. If you just like met a random person and just told them like a completely false story. Obviously they'd probably figure it out sooner or later, because in real life it's probably a bit harder to switch places with someone. But like you could just say like, I'm Jeffrey Hawthorne, master of poker. I don't know. And like, they would just believe you, at least for a little while.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Ah, makeup strikes again. Always hiding things.
If she did, it likely melted away in the
Each other,
explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Yeah, that's definitely what twins would do. I guess these were twins, right? Or we're getting to that. Spoilers! If she did, it's likely mental wave.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. So that's why.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Oh, so that's why the fake nails were important. I was like, why do we care about the fake nails?
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Every detail matters. Shh. I knew it mattered, I just didn't know how. Or why.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure. Making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Yeah, so elaborate. Like, why would they even... But like... For the twin, for Mukuro, what was even her motive of being in the game? They could have both just been the headmaster, the mastermind, and being in the shadows and let everyone fight it out. What was Mukuro's plan for being in the thing? Unless she just got completely tricked by Junko. But I don't understand what her plan was being in the game to begin with. Because it's not really necessary. Need someone inside. But they had... But Junko had someone. She had Sakura that she manipulated once the game started. Not from the very beginning, but they had Sakura. And anyway, she killed them off. Killed Mukuro off. So it's not... Well, okay, that was a lie. So they could backstab. I guess it's coming together. But like, still. Not everything slots in perfectly.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Sakura could never be trusted. Blackmail always backfires.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
But despair is a cousin of fear. Is despair... Nah, it's cousin. But it's not super... It's not exactly the same. Still refuses to admit it, but... He can try to deceive us all he wants, it doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. Have I though? Seems like they'll still drag it on for like forever. This time during the last investigation. Wait, what? What am I looking for? The first time during it? What does that mean? Did I skip? Wait, can I see transcript? No, can't. Okay. The first time was during our investigation. What am I looking for? Why would you not give me the whole sentence? So I don't... I'm just gonna... That's probably not it.
Shoot!
What am I looking for? He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Oh, try to hide identity. Oh, I think maybe in the DVD?
I got it!
Yeah, DVD.
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
They cut it off just before. They stopped it before it would go to Junko. Oh, oops. Skipped a bit too much. I knew Makoto saw the real Junko.
It would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
How? Don't they look the same? It would have been obvious if we saw the Mukuro. What if we saw the Junko?
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
Are you sure? No, it wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. That's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. Other piece of evidence I've gotten to reveal that. Ah, these things again. I've gotten pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at rhythm games in general. I'm not saying like an expert, but...
What do you want?
Oh, well.
What do you want?
Are you sure about this?
You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
This one's really slow. Then there's not many words coming out. What is it?
That's impossible!
I tried to protect her identity. Oh, dang it. Dang it, don't make me have to do it again. I don't know which one is right.
What?
Crap.
What do you want? Are you sure about this?
Uh-oh.
You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
Uh-oh, they're going full out on me now. Dang it, what is it though? What's the right thing?
That's
It's
impossible!
not the group photo. Group photo! Yes.
This should prove it.
I can't read that fast. I can't read the bullets.
It wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Is that Junko's face is not seen in any of them. But like, did they know they were gonna do this right from the start so they wouldn't show themselves in the photos? Like right from entering the school?
Junko's face.
So they knew that they'd have to hide themselves and everything? That's so elaborate! Like if that actually happened in real life, that's so much thought. I don't think it would ever actually happen.
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face
Celeste
would
is
just
still pretty
happen to be
shifty
hidden in
in all
every
those
single
photos.
picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
But what's the point of hiding her face? I don't understand.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face.
I don't understand though, why?
Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed
Revealed what?
that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Oh, does her face look different?
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro,
I thought their faces
who had
were
taken
exactly
her
the same.
place, making it look like she died. And the real Junko...
Last rep is saluting, yeah. Yes, so this is where the game gets so confusing. In the anime, I just couldn't keep up. So she killed Mukuro, had taken place, make it look like she died, and the real Junko
is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
It still doesn't completely explain why Mukuro joined the game to begin with, as Junko.
She's the true mastermind, and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
But not Mukuro.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now!
Is this the final thing? Oh, okay, this is like... Is this gonna... How long is this? 7 pages. Okay, this is a pretty long one though. Oh boy. Okay. Is this like from the start of the game to the end? Or how far away is this? Or is this... Okay, there's a lot to go through. Let's see. They switched, right? Mercury's finally being a man. Mukuro died. Then Junko took their body, put it in there. Wait, that wouldn't come after, right? I guess. I don't know which order this is going in, because this doesn't seem like the right order. But I don't see anything else that can fit that. Then Junko put on the mask. My screen's so long, can't be... I can't... What? Well, it's a long one because I'm finishing the final part of the game. My computer did crash though, so I had a little break and I had to catch myself up. Anyway, we're on to like basically the final part, so we shall see. What happened? Put on the mask. Get the knife. Stab a stab. He sees. Shush! I know I can't read. This is a fact. It has been established, with all the reading I've done in this game, that I can't read. I don't think that's a secret. If you watched, like, everything, all of my reading, because you've only come for the trials, really. But that's when they read the whole game to you. But when I have to read, you know, it's horrible. I don't know what goes there, but I think this one goes here, right? Oh, maybe that goes there? Oh, which way? Oh wait, no, opposite ways. That goes there, that goes there. Yeah. That was intentional. It's literally being... Do you mean intentional or unintentional? Oh, sorry. Ah! I can't read! Wasn't intentional. Okay, put the mask on the thing. Shut up. Shh. Okay. And they found 10 out of 10. And what's the final thing here? Explosion. That seems the best we can do. Let's see.
The killer is you!
Oh yeah, so this is where I just talk through it in my own words.
We
Because
met the ultimate
we're not listening to them.
Junko, but that
We missed we got to meet Junko, but it's not really Junko. Because it's actually Murkuro. But then, Murkuro defied Junko Monokuma and then got killed. And then Junko had to store Murkuro's life, a body, into the... I can't talk this fast. I can't make a
dragged
proper
the body
sentence.
out of the biolab using the
But yeah, then they took her out of the biolab, and then, to set up the trap, they tried to kill Makoto. And I got something wrong. Okay, great. Okay, then these two are swapped around then. I thought they weren't swapped around. You might be less confused if you let Marco... No! I'm fine. No, we don't need to hear them talk about it over and over again. Then you need me.
Meanwhile,
So then, Junko tried to kill Makoto. They have very similar names. But then, Kyoko stopped Junko. And then, Junko planned to set up Murkuro as the victim, even though they're already dead. And that's how they confused everyone. And then Toko tried to pull out the mask, and it exploded. Just as the mastermind planned.
the real Junko Enoshima!
How does Junko look different? I want to see this.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well...
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
I think they don't realize that the person controlling Monokuma cannot be there and reveal themselves at the same time.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Oh, I thought they were coming like down to say, hey, it's me. But they're talking now, so I don't understand.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
That's usually how stories go. Junko seems like a sore loser.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Yeah, I think they are. What? Is there actually more to go? Or... Okay, no, okay. This is the end. It is Junko. Ultimate despair.
We have been waiting!
Wait.
Waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear!
Is that actually a voice? Yeah, they look the same, so what was the point of hiding their face? There's outfits just slightly different, and she's got a crown, and she's got the black bear on this side instead of a ribbon. But their faces are exactly the same. I wouldn't tell the difference. But what's up with the voice? Yeah, what is that voice?
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world!
I like the fake Junko, okay? I want the fake Junko back.
We've even drawn up the deed already! We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking!
Please tell me this is just like a put-on voice just to be eccentric and stuff.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
I want to kind of say okay. Let's see what happens if I say okay.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was just messing with you.
Okay, her voice sounds a bit more normal now.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Kind of like this voice. Is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Inishima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free.
Set free?
Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory.
But why did you have
like
to
a
play?
slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
If I got a place for you.
Your face!
Huh?
There's nothing
What about my face?
weird about her face, though.
What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
I got it!
She's a fashionista
That's right.
thing, isn't she?
It was before I ever came to this school.
The magazine cover. Yeah.
And you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory.
Okay, now I like
guess
Junko.
That's why you've made it this far.
She's so monotone, it's great.
So I was right.
Well, she's despair. This is despair. Immortalized. You have to talk like this if you have despair.
Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
Their faces look pretty much the same. The only difference is she might have freckles here, and she doesn't have freckles on the normal one. Or the real one. That's more... I guess. Oh, are you talking about cover photos? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped. But they don't look that different.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary
Ah.
to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
So you get to be the ultimate fashionista and the ultimate despair? That's just selfish.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Oh, they are twins. Dun dun dun!
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
I don't think it's very stereotypical when you kill them.
The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Is that the usual stereotype? No offense, but smart and cute aren't always together. But, okay.
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
What? Well, now she has 3 voices, I guess.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself!
Language!
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass,
She's
but
like-
it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
She's like Toko, but worse.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
My ears, they're being violated.
But if she was your twin, that means
You killed your own sister? And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
What? Yeah, there's more lines what I remember. But there's reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Doesn't as if mean that that's not right? I can't handle it. Just such a cute face swearing. Ah. But she says there's a deep and darker reason. But then she says, as if. Doesn't that mean that there isn't a darker reason? Or do I not get social cues?
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Does she just have like multiple? She's got multiple personality disorder. How many personalities does she have?
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
Yeah, nah. Isn't yeah, nah mean no? And nah, yeah means yeah. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. Isn't that you?
The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that.
That's you.
But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties.
Okay. But there's no reason that she had to be in the game.
Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
Okay, so she told her to join, I guess, and for some reason she was just like, okay, I'll join. Twin sister, a place that you want to trap us and probably kill us.
I could have let her work alongside me, but
Yes?
she would have been useless to me that way.
Well, alrighty then.
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
Okay.
And that's why you switched identities?
So if she had a better identity, I guess she would have just let Murkuro be in there as Murkuro and not changed anything? The ultimate normie. It should be. He's the ultimate lucky student. That is his actual title. Because he was randomly picked to join the school.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
So you just killed her?
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
But she didn't, and then you killed her instead.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Wow, she's so mean to her twin sister.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Okay, is this the same voice actor for all of these versions of her? Because they're a pretty good voice actor if it is all the same person.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
Okay.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Yeah.
Just as I suspected.
Good on you, Kyoko. You could have told us all that.
When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
What? This wasn't supposed to. Okay.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Don't I?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister! How does that not even bother you?
So is Murkrow not a part of this at all? Like they aren't even the ultimate despair? They're just another character that joined. Well, like they knew half of what their sister was planning, I guess. But it doesn't sound like they actually knew much about it. Or had much part in it.
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know?
I can't.
We never had any kind of hope or expectations.
We were the I don't see how Murkrow was the ultimate despair though.
Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Or is it just because they're twins so they have to share the title?
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or
Why does the
kill.
art style change with the voice? Well, to fit the voice, I guess.
We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair.
I can't.
So when we do something, we go all the way.
I can't be sad with this. I can't be sad with this right now, because the voice.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all.
Oh, she's going through a moody phase.
We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
I don't remember this in. It's like it's a cute voice. Well, now it's not though, but no, no, Sefa. But like, I lost my train of thought thanks to you.
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
You can call it super despair.
It's like super, 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 super,
Okay, not that many.
despair.
Come on, slow down there.
No, more than that.
Slow down there.
Super, 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 super,
Slow.
super, 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 super,
No.
super, super, super despair. It just feels so good.
Can we have the cute one back? The cute voice?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Appropriate.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that
Do you like this
despair.
voice? It's like a cool voice, but the lines that they have to say is just horrible.
After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as
And
an
it's more of
example
a
to
what,
someone else.
emo kind of voice.
She must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
Why didn't she just want people to kill her then? Because it sounds like she wants to experience despair. So just like let people kill you. I don't know.
knew you couldn't be
This
just
game's
some
logic is so
ordinary
weird. I have to
person.
use weird
You're
logic
some
on
kind
top of it.
Abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic.
You don't look that athletic. Maybe brilliant, because you did set up this whole thing. And I will say, you're attractive, crazy lady.
I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
Okay.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
He got that noble blood. You're also hopelessly modest. Yeah, I don't think the perfect person would be a person that would boast about their stuff. They would have to be modest.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What do you mean had?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
That's actually pretty good, because that's not the actual voice, I'm pretty sure. That's the imitation of the Monokuma voice, and it's pretty good. Oh my!
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. And then we'll have our victory!
You know, like 20 minutes ago, I thought this was wrapping up. And here we are, 20 minutes later. Still going.
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews,
To be
it
continued.
must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
Did you?
All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I don't, because I have worse memory than the characters. Monokuma told us the memories stolen from us must be related. Oh, the motive that came up with.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
Yeah, that's so vague.
So you do remember after all. Well,
Oh,
I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
looks like they ran out of personalities to use. They're back to this one.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Death? Or like... tragedy? I'm gonna give you those DVDs on the footage family. Friends. So for the first motive, the motive was given... human connection? They're all kind of, well... international relations. What does that even mean?
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it.
Ding,
Remember
ding,
those DVDs
ding.
I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends.
But did Monokuma kill them? Or were they just taking...
I ruined all those relationships
Credit
and
for
showed
it.
you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
You're the one that did it!
Oh. I feel like we bonded there, you know?
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
On to this one.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Second motive. Those envelopes with our secrets. The past.
I got it!
Okay.
It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets!
That's not really the past. That's memories and secrets. Like, memories of the past, but like, slightly different.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
What was the secret?
So, How long do you plan on
I
dragging this
forget.
out?
I think I missed it. I think I skipped it.
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Third was Celeste turned to murder. Wasn't it just money? Yeah, money.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it?
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
I don't like this one.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case
So what
by
was it?
case?
Human connection, the past, greed. They have like not much connection with each other.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Decided to kill. The betrayal? Or blackmail?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
Great.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal?
I guess that's life in a
These are
nutshell.
all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Deadly sins? Too good, too bad. Oh, my mom's making noise in the background. Hopefully that doesn't come through the microphone too much.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Oh, we haven't seen this one for a while.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world.
But I still care about my videos, even if there's only one person watching. Has to be perfect.
This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Are those the seeds of despair? Human connection, past, greed, betrayal. What was the last one?
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
Sure.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
Thank you,
How so?
Byako didn't die. That'd be sad. Nah, I have to finish this game.
You see,
I'm not playing
by
Dota.
taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
Alright, well, you'll have to wait for me to finish this then.
The mere fact that that's
It
what
should
you
be
want
over
proves I gave you hope.
soon. But this game keeps dragging on. So I don't know.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
So what would they know about the memories? Like what is in their memories that would make them understand that they shouldn't leave?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow.
There's still so many things that don't completely make sense. Like, how did she get into the position she is? How was she able to kill the headmaster and everyone else in the school, or whatever, to be able to remove her memories? Like, how did she remove her memories in the first place? And then, like, set up all of this. Like, she ain't no millionaire. Oh, maybe she is. She's like a famous fashion person. Oh, we gotta keep an eye out for, like, Kendall Jenner and stuff. They're gonna create the next World War.
So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint!
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie! Like they say, seeing is believing! I'd like for you to see the outside world!
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too! See your faces sink into despair! Now then, open sesame! Behold! The world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
There's a cutscene? Okay. See, like, this is what I don't understand. Like, if it's only Junko doing all of this. Junko is weird. But, like, how did this all happen? There's so many questions. How did they make Monokuma the face of the Sphinx and the Statue of Liberty and stuff?
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous.
Mass hypnosis?
That's what this means.
But, like, still, how? How does this person know how to do all of this? The fashionista with a sister that just knows military stuff.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
I'm with you, Hero.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
The whole thing.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you.
Oh, really?
If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, cause now it's time for the final class trial!
Oh wait, is there another class trial? I might actually have to stop it here. How much longer is this game? Please tell me this is over soon.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us
I
to
thought we were done
remember or
too.
whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
If nobody can remember anything, this is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have?
I can't remember, it's all over. I mean, how can we show him something? Every single one of us has lost our memory. Pants that she hasn't forgotten. Ah,
Come on,
right.
bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened?
You want us to when it comes to that crazy confused, I don't understand it. What's the meaning of the? Is this another one of your?
I mean, what am I supposed to?
Nobody can remember.
You should
No,
know.
what's wrong?
Or your other side should know.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack. The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yeah.
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
But you do that anyway.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Instantly. I'll do it.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Everyone calls them Jack, even though they want to be called Jill. I don't know.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet ya.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough!
I don't
Just
remember
look at the
any of
stupid
this in the
screen.
anime.
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
So I'm kind of glad I'm playing the game.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but of course it does.
Like filler. I guess so, but
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
it feels like I'm still making some progress.
Of course I do.
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier?
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
No! That's why we're here! They could have cut out a lot of stuff. Oh, you're talking about in the anime? Well, yeah, they could have cut out a lot of the stuff, but there's still a lot of important things that they didn't show in the anime.
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening.
Yeah, the anime was only 13 episodes.
But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Cool.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
What is?
What is the event?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Well, finally someone said it. Could have led with that, yeah.
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
I'm still so confused about, like, how did this happen? Do we ever get the answers? Why?
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
And as a result, in basically no time flat!
The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
It's like a virus? Like, is this like a zombie thing? Robot uprising? But then why is Junko a part of it? Or going along with it?
That's all there is to it? Come on!
It's not like
there
she's
wasn't
being
a single concrete description in there!
controlled. It seems like she likes it.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics.
Great! Toko.
Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
Because she...
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
But I want to know why.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic.
Well, when you say it like that...
Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
What do you mean? We're in a safe place. There are male and females. We could continue. We have the capabilities.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
I don't know why they drag it out.
What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Is it Togami's family fell? Togami's family fell? Or Togami's family fell? Oh, decisions.
Correct! Well done, peasant!
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
We are. Please.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
If one of them was wrong.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Yes. In more ways than one.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated!
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives.
Isn't pretty
The
much
Togami
everyone
name
did, so
has
it's not like a
perished.
huge deal.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop? And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment?
I like they keep changing the headwear and stuff. Like imagine if it was actually happening. They have to keep like changing the head, the crown and stuff.
You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Did they just break the fourth wall?
That doesn't make any sense.
I think they've done that a couple times in this.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending
What do you mean
event
the family
happened a
isn't?
year ago,
Yeah, Byakuya's still there. He can continue the lineage, like I was mentioning just before.
then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently,
2 years
right?
ago.
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
What year is this?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand.
She's changing
all the hints I've
personalities a
given you
lot
so
quicker
far,
now.
right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
Well, I guess legal for the creepy people. I guess.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
To the rest of us, some of the memories she took from us was our hopes, our life and hopes, our entire past.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true,
I wonder if it, okay, I never read that.
then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Like, this is some Men in Black kind of stuff.
Another correct answer. Well done,
How do you
peasant.
remove people's memories?
Seriously?
Of a specific time.
Again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy, and that entire period of time is precisely what you forgot.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my
Then
life.
why make Makoto the ultimate lucky dude of luck? What? Then what? Me. What do you mean? He was still accepted to the school with the... When he was accepted, the school was running normally. And then after that, all this stuff happened.
That's not possible!
Don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. But I have to accept it. Oh, dang it. How long is it? I might have like a lunch break or dinner break and come back. Or maybe just do this. No, but I feel like it's gonna end soon.
2 years worth of memories.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if
3
2 years have
hours
passed,
later.
how freaking old am I?
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Everyone's so conflicted!
I don't want to believe it, but I know the evidence that reveals the time we lost.
2 years worth of memory.
I could never lose something like that.
Oh, what?
Shoot!
2 years worth of.
I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is
Oh,
all
was that
just
blocked though?
surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
2 years older.
Everyone's so conflicted.
Wow. Hero is real smart.
I could never lose.
We've been living here for. Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong.
You should be able to work that out, yeah.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
Okay, they're really dragging out. I'm gonna skip a few lines.
If you don't mind.
Because
Sure, whatever you want.
What's that?
we find her book, his book. They had
How
drawings.
is this?
that are
It
the
looks like
classroom
you
stuff they
actually
did.
Somehow.
I
Wow.
don't want to believe, but they're. It's mine.
And now they found
If they're
Kyoko's
just like-
pocketbook
And the reason for
that has her stuff in it. Because I don't know if it's talking over me. Can you still hear what I'm saying?
Fun class, and on top of
But,
the
like-
biggest, most right before everyone, you absorb.
Things are
and once
happening.
You, oh,
Oh wait, they're kind of
Actually,
explaining.
never mind. I'm bored.
Okay, she's not
Explaining
explaining.
stuff is
What?
We are. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperate.
What are you talking about?
in a way, to give yourself
Sorry, I'm
over
skipping.
so completely
If
to
anyone
such
like
stimulating
cares,
despair.
but like they are going in circles, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
You're tired. I'm tired. I've been doing this for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories.
It's the day when I entered the hall. Everything went swirly, and then
When
I was here.
Wow, and your sense of time got all mad. I guess it must have been something.
After
And then he woke up, and he was
I
this.
assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
How could you faint for 2 years and not die?
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between
Oh, wait,
had
no.
been completely removed.
They fainted, then they just had a normal life, but then their memories got removed. Okay, yeah, right.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other.
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Dang. Imagine if you knew someone for 2 years, then later you just thought they were a stranger.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's you were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together.
And then-
you started. And it was
Killing.
all so you could escape into a world that's all.
Okay, we get the picture. Come
Love
on.
you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
It's only natural that I would fall in love.
Okay, what's going on here? The Barry White music starts playing.
So, since I love you guys
Or
so
Marvin
much,
Gaye.
I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, tell me. I'm gonna get comfortable. Tell me.
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. Please tell me it's...
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
But what is the event? Exactly.
The biggest, most awful.
Yeah.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
So I'm guessing it's like... So, were they planning for this for 2 years? Like they knew the world was ending? I guess so. I don't know.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history. And the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro.
It can't be. There has to be something more to this, and I don't understand yet.
Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
Is this like Hitler, except in a different way? Like whoever was in charge, made people think in a weird way that made them destroy the world.
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
I guess so.
Everyone is capable of it.
That would actually make more sense. If someone was a leader and kind of... This is some sort of philosophical thing. No, I feel like if someone was like a leader, they could brainwash other people. But I don't know, but the bear is just their symbol. But they could brainwash other people into believing in this bear thing and destroy the world. And make them wear these things, make them transform the world into the bears. That actually makes sense to me. In some ways.
And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy,
the
then
bear
your
became the
enemy
god. I guess
is the world itself.
the bear became Hitler. Like taking control of a whole group of people and making them do something without even like really having a good purpose. Like the purpose is horrible and the result is horrible. Which is why the world is destroyed now.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway.
Oh, a
Unrelated
tangent?
to the matter at hand.
I don't want tangents.
Okay. Hope
No.
speak at the members of.
And then, now pay attention.
No.
Guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right.
I kind of already knew that.
Transformed into a
Yeah.
I said it twice.
Now,
Yeah.
someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
That's the headmaster, I think.
Do any of you know who that might have been?
The Prime Minister.
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us.
But he couldn't
That's why he
protect
asked us to
us
make that promise.
because
To
Junko was in
We
there with
believe he
them.
had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed.
But
I'm getting the picture.
creating the shelter was also
I know.
his single biggest
I'm skipping through
mistake.
things, but like, yeah. So,
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
so I guess they are the Hitlers of this universe, and somehow they made it into the school without being known as the Hitlers.
So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
And then they killed the headmaster, and then took it over to be their place of doing this game for whatever reason. For despair.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
I can't imagine that. They're not that strong. Hitler's twins, yeah.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
Come on, Hero. Keep up with the... Keep it up. You're getting there. Maybe those cogs will turn in your head.
And then you forgot all about it and started thinking about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here,
We'll be
spending the
small one day.
last 2 years waiting for that moment.
Swolkura barricaded everything. Yeah, I can imagine. But then she couldn't take it off when she tried to pull the windows and stuff.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
Oh, now I understand why they're broadcasting this as a TV show. Because some people are still alive on the outside, but they're brainwashed. And they like to watch this. Because it's a killing game, and that's like what they like now, because they're brainwashed. It's all making sense. Oh.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so
That's
that you
my
could
only
be a part of
explanation
it.
for this.
Only let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because she's evil.
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match.
Is it? It's to make
Rather,
those,
it was a method to hunt down and
lose
destroy
hope?
every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
Yeah, I guess. Lose hope, but also motivate the ones that had already lost hope and become bad. If it's the only thing broadcasting, probably just stuff anyone. I guess. Except for the brainwashed people, who would like to see it, because they're just that messed up. Because they're brainwashed.
What are you...
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
The Mastermind show in it. Everyone in the outside world, that was... It was... dang it, not this one. I just like the 3 option thing. That is... Oh, it's a hangman one. That's alright. Oh, what's this? What word is this? Hijack. Oh, easy. Okay.
Now I understand.
Yeah, it's really long. I don't know why.
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Yeah, we're trying our hardest to get this done. But it just doesn't want to die.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Why won't you die, game? Let me finish
the
you.
world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
Okay, you were kind of right as well, Seppa.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair.
To make everyone
when I
else.
said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another.
Yeah, we're like both kind of on the same wavelength for this.
Despair is as contagious as
We
any
are-
disease.
we are cracking
Any hope
this.
left turns to despair.
We're cracking the lore of this game. We might be the first. Probably not. You love Junko? She's so weird.
Isn't the power of television
She got so many
just
personalities.
amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Oh, really?
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Yay.
Expelled them? I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
Well, I didn't know that. Well, like, the whole game throughout said, like, no one's coming to save you, so, like...
So you
I don't
just
know.
used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
I'm starting to get the lore now. It's all coming
Well,
together.
sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right?
Not really.
So it's like, give and take.
Boobs.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Whoa! Whoa, Makoto! Makoto. Language. I haven't had this kind of language from you yet. I've been lying the whole time and you believe. Hey, shush. I'm gullible sometimes, you should know this.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
I would die in this game so quick.
of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth. Which is what you wanted, right? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Can I go home now?
Don't
Yes,
tell me.
I found the despair.
Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
Yeah, I might be like Hero. He survived, so why can't I?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense.
Truth can be full of despair!
Okay, I really don't care. Can we
Not to
please get on with
mention,
this?
All those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless?
Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, okay, I get that.
Been murdered
And think of
Because they were already murdered, everything's done. Okay, can we please?
Totally awesome. So help us.
There was no reason to escape.
Sorry. All I
So the
want
motives
is
were
innocence,
useless?
No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
I'm more likable than Hero. Thanks. Yeah, I can wear that as a badge. More likable than Hero.
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for so I don't acknowledge it.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another.
You live in ultimate despair. No.
In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
Yes.
Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, we can just step outside, and if we don't like it, we can come back.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse for the sake of
Huh? Everyone I've killed?
I guess technically they haven't killed anyone, except for Makuro.
What are you talking about?
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other.
That's why anyone was murdered here.
Say what you
Except for
want about
Makuro.
hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Hell yes! That's fun.
No! This isn't just some game, it's murder!
This is a game to
Plain
me,
and simple.
and I want it done.
You stole our memories.
Please.
Invented reasons for us to do it.
I gotta have dinner.
You pushed us. It's all your fault.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close.
I don't even know, Seth. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Didn't necessarily kill the people, but made. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We're all on the same side. She is Hitler. Yeah. Yeah. We come together. We're solving the mystery.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
But yeah, like, who's gonna vote for who's gonna vote for Hope? Like, to kill Hope? That doesn't make sense. Because all of them are Hope. So why would they vote for themselves to be killed?
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand
Like, that
in
would
all
be
this.
a cool twist for, like, a sad story if you were, like, in Shakespeare's time.
It's
but
okay.
this ain't a tragedy
Nobody would
story.
actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
I'd be fine with that, really. Really. Just accept it.
We just...
Would you rather die? Or live here forever? That is your choice. A cute version of Hitler.
We'd have to just
Please don't.
live here?
Cute and Hitler should not be in the same sentence.
She's saying she'll let us live!
If you're not
Yeah.
happy with that,
How is Genocide
then
Jack the
go
most
ahead and punish me
logical one?
and make your way
I'm
to
breaking
the
it.
outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists,
Punishment
where you'd
is you.
likely be dead within a day.
That's literally, yeah.
What are you saying?
Please. Just,
What?
Do you mean to say?
And Makoto!
Yeah.
If a single person, then only
Yes,
Makoto will. I will force
Oh,
you
wait.
out.
Did she change the
ensuring you
rules?
all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Well, that's different. But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
Should have killed Makoto earlier.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces eroded by